Have you seen that? Have you seen that? That stitch up. An absolute stitch up. A carve up. Charlie and Gatesy stitching me up on a video saying myself and Gio are wrong. I'm not happy about it, I've got to be honest with you. It started an internal war at Hammers Chat. I nursed that boy on my bosom. Literally, honestly, rocked him to sleep at night. And then he produces a video saying I'm wrong. Well, I'm not wrong, Charlie, I'm right. So, there you go. Anyway, you can go and watch it if you want. Wouldn't bother. It's a load of old rubbish. They're all speaking rubbish. I don't know what they're talking about, any of them. A disgusting attempt at a disgraceful Hammers Chat power grab. And a just scurrilous, absolutely scurrilous behaviour. Not impressed, Charlie. Not impressed at all. Last chance. That's honestly, the last chance. Anyway, excuse me. So, anyway, it's match day. Match day today. And clearly the three fellas think we should be taking it seriously. I'm not saying we shouldn't take it seriously, by the way. I just don't think we should be risking our very best players. Okay? I think we're further along the line. I think we're almost there in Europe. We're fourth in the league. It's Rap Antonio in cotton wool for this one, and a few other things. Roll out the second choice goalkeeper, Areola. I tell you, okay, right. Myself and Gio discussed Areola this morning in the Patreon breakfast. Now, we've got a treat for you here, because actually, if you go onto Patreon/Hammers Chat, you can watch this breakfast. It's normally exclusive just to patrons, but we're giving you a little taster of a little bit of patronage, basically dangling the carrot to see if you. The truth is to see if you'll sign up, because obviously it helps us do what we're doing at Hammers Chat. So actually, you'll be able to see this week, if you go onto the Patreon site, you'll be able to see the opposition preview, the breakfast build up, and the player ratings, which myself and Gio will do tomorrow. But in that, I make my case for the fact that I don't think we're signing Areola. I don't think we are. You know this. I've discussed this before. Anyway, so Rap Antonio in cotton wool. But what I did want to speak about, aside from being stitched up on my own bloody channel, right? Aside from that, Gio's distraught. Gio's crying. Absolutely, he's incredibly upset. Anyway, Antonio, I really like what Antonio did with regard to he's basically put the boot in on what's his name? What's his name? Is it Romero? His name is Romero, isn't it? Christian Romero. Now, I like what he said here. This is basically sledging. Those of you that like your cricket, this is sledging. Right? Now, I did some sledging during the game. But what I sort of like is he's put the boot in afterwards. So what Antonio has said is, if you remember, there's the bit where Romero does a crunching tackle on Fornals. It's a fair tackle. It's a fair tackle, but it is the momentum of the tackle is enough to knock Fornals over. Not being content with having done a good tackle, nobody had any real problem with it. Fornals didn't even complain, but Fornals was left on the floor, right? He leant over him. Some suggested that Romero spat at him. I don't think he did, right? But he certainly shouted something unpleasant at him. Get up, you scoundrel, or something like that. Oi, you, get up, what you doing lying on the floor? It would have been a harsher version of that. At that, Fornals took complete offence to that. Fornals sort of grabbed his ankle, jumped up, squared up to him. And there was a bit of a melee. It was all very exciting in the stadium. We were miles away. We knew there was a melee, but we were just seeing sort of like a group of people. It's funny, isn't it? On the big screens, I won't show you it. I don't want to show you this on the big screens at all. No controversy. Let's turn it off in case it causes any crowd trouble. So anyway, we knew it was a bit of a problem. Everybody else waded in. Now, Antonio has said afterwards that sparked it off. He said the game was a little bit flat. He said the game was a little bit flat. That happened, and it gave us all a little bit of an incentive to beat Tottenham. The crowd got excited. We all got G'd up as players. We went on, we scored a goal. So Michail Antonio has directly attributed the loss to Romero. He's basically saying, Romero, you're why Tottenham lost. I like that. I do like it. I do like a little bit of that psychology. It's all right. I don't mind it. Now, there was actually another bit as well, which people have reported on, and Antonio has not denied it. And this I like even more. So, during the first half, there was a bit of a foot race between Antonio and between Romero, who had not handled Antonio badly throughout the game, it has to be said. But Antonio completely outmuscled him. And then came away with the ball. And anyway, we didn't score at that particular point. But if there was a duel between the two players, and Antonio was just faster and stronger. In the physical battle, Romero lost, Antonio won. Apparently, Antonio said to Romero, "You need to get on the weights, mate. You need to get the old bench press. That's not a dance. That's not a dance. It's a bench press, right?" He said, "You need to get on the old weights." Again, I like that. It's a little bit of sledging. Reminds me of the Ashes a little bit. And I thought, you know what, why not? A little bit of mischief goes a long way. So fair play to Romero. Sorry, it's not fair play to Romero. Naughty Romero. Good Antonio. Well, probably naughty Antonio. Naughty Antonio, but I do like it. And it just shows a little bit of spikiness in the team. And even the players that you consider to be quiet players. Antonio's a nice guy, right? Anyone that's ever met him or you got autograph from him or asked for a selfie, nice guy. Can't do enough for you. Softly spoken man, really. But even people like Antonio, they're giving the opposition stick. I mean, this is good. I mean, we know Soufal does it. We know Rice can do it. We know we've all heard of Bonner when there was no crowd in the stadium and the mics were just picking up everything the players said. We could all hear Bonner gobbing off, which was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? And we just got a lot of spiky players now, and I just think it goes an awful long way. The other thing that I really liked and I really enjoyed was he'd been watching the Matrix or something, and then it was because the guy in the Matrix, Keanu Reeves, plays the one. He's called Neo, right? You've seen the Matrix, haven't you? If you haven't seen the Matrix is not a bad film. Matrix is a good film. Just the other ones are crap, but the first one, good film, and for an action film, better than it needed to be. I won't do a spoiler, but anyway. He starts doing Neo, and you remember there's that scene, Mr. Anderson. Agent Smith is trying to get him, and Neo's dodging all these bullets. I do a lot of dancing today, aren't I? Neo's dodging all these bullets, and that was part of Antonio's celebration. Antonio's doing that. He's doing Neo, dodging the bullets. But in the film, Keanu Reeves really arches his back a lot, and he bends over. I'm sure it's all CGI and whatnot, but it's not a way you really want to contort your body. Bad for your back, basically. Particularly when you're my age, you don't want to be doing that sort of stuff. I've never been there. I've never been the one, to be fair. Definitely not, I can tell you that much. Anyway, you could see Zuma goes up to celebrate with him, and Zuma's thinking, "Oh, no, don't do that. You'll put your back out, Mickey, old son." And he sort of cradles him, nurses him, nurtures it, so as he doesn't hurt his back. Because he doesn't want his mate to get hurt, doesn't want the best striker to injure himself. He took care of him. And I thought that was nice. In much the same way as I took care of Charlie. All I would say is, Zuma, watch out. Because one day, that nasty Mickey Antonio may well come and bite you on the bum. Not literally, obviously.